Hi guys, it's Jay here, your accountability coach and ghetto psychologist. It is my life's purpose to help Black people navigate this patriarchal system of white supremacy. Excuse me. Y'all, I'm tired. This month of August, this is my daughter's birthday month, my birthday month. It's the month the kiddies go back to school. It's just I've been going. And even this week, I'm still kind of going. So September is going to be a month of rest for me. I'm going to be in the middle. Well, this is just a quick life update. I'm going to be in the middle of like transitioning from, um, well, it's like a bi month for school. So it's the month between another start of a quarter. But school is almost over for me. So I'm going into my practicum. You know what that means? That means your girl is soon going to be practicing psychologist. Oh my God, excuse me. Big shout out to me, right, for that. Thank you. Yeah, look at my teeth. I've been using a whitening kit too. I can tell. My teeth, I want my teeth to be almost the same color as my eyes. And girl, they were so dingy. Look at them now. I'm sorry I had to do that. But anyway, so we're gonna do a deep dive. I think I make so much content now that I don't know, and I'm not doing the research. Sorry, sometimes again, I'm tired. This is a blessing that I'm even doing this, to be honest, because I wrestle with myself and even doing it because I'm so tired. So I'm gonna do my best to do at least this video. I had another video planned after this one, but it might just be this one and done. All right, so check this out. I want to talk about Black women, right? And the problem with Black women. I want to preface with this is I am a Black woman. If you don't know, born, cisgendered, biological, pushed out a little girl myself. So I want you to understand that when I say the things that I say, I'm not talking from a space of I'm better than a Black woman because I am a Black woman. I'm not better than anybody, first of all. I might think a little bit better. I might move a little bit better in the world. I'm not better in quality than any of you motherfuckers. Just to be clear. But I am an accountability coach, as I said at the beginning. That's my title. And the only reason it's easy for me to hold Black women accountable for the things that I'm about to say is because some of them I did or was complicit to, right? And I had to hold my own self accountable. So it's not me just holding you accountable. I'm holding your hand and we're doing this together. No matter how harsh I might come off to some of you. Some of y'all are just too fucking sensitive. Like, okay, I grew up in the 90s. It was a different time, sure, but this everything doesn't have to be so fucking soft all the time. Sometimes it need to be rough. And now's the time to do it. All right, so no, seriously. So I want to start with this soft life shit that Black women have this obsession with. Oh my God. It's like slavery really did a number on American Black women when it comes to this glamorization of soft life. Only we would say soft life. Only we would emphasize something like that. And it's not to say it's a bad thing, right? I want y'all to understand I'm looking at this in different angles. I am saying that only we would emphasize it is because we have a trauma when it comes to being soft because we were never allowed to be. It's just as fucking simple. So when you have other groups of women who are not Black, who are used to being, especially white women, they ain't used to taking care of themselves, whether a man is there or not. That's the key. Black women, I feel like, in this dawn of age, have emphasized soft life, glamorized it under this guise of a man is the only way to provide that. And I don't believe that. And actually I rebuke that. I think it's absolutely disgusting to think that the only way you can achieve a soft life as a woman, especially a black one, is through a man. And that is holding that's giving men too much power yet again, y'all bitches. Excuse my language. But for real, y'all got to stop this. First of all, I'm sorry. My OCD is kind of kicking in. It's a little dirty over here. Well, I'm sorry. I'm all in. My lips all dry. Just caught a glimpse. That wasn't cute. But I don't have time to go get no lip gloss. But no, no, no. So back on track. I see so many black women, black female creators on the social media apps with this little small mini trend. I'm not gonna call it a big trend, but it's like this little trend where you have the black women who are married to the white men, or maybe just non-black men, and they're emphasizing this soft life, right? And I think that there are a lot of black women who are simple minded. Let's be honest, the average person is simple minded. The average American reads on a sixth grade level. The average person, if you look at a bell curve, right, the average right there is a lot of people that are just average. They don't think outside of societal norms. That's what average means. They comply, they conform. So when black women are seeing, there's this little mini trend, and they're seeing these black women who are married to these white men, and they're like, oh my God, they're going golfing, and they're so cute, and they don't have to work, and they're just soft like this and soft like this. You can't be, you too masculine, too hard, you too cold, girl. You need to learn how to be feminine and like me. It's like, girl, what are you selling? Because I can't buy it. I won't buy it. And you call me hard, you call me masculine, baby. I am. That nigga and that bitch. Girl, because see, I'm the type of woman who your man, soft as you are, me and him gonna have a whole no much better conversation, because he's going to feel like not only is he talking to a woman, but a woman who has a male logic. And that's not saying a good thing. I just know how men think. I don't think like men, but I know how they think. So I know how to appeal. But I'm also harder than a motherfucker. So thanks, right? So when these women say those things, again, I like when people call me masculine, because that means my armor is pretty solid. If you notice my masculinity, because first of all, look at me. I'm sorry. I hate to even be a little big headed, but I'm cute. Cute. Very feminine in the face. No, it's no mistaking. There's nothing masculine about my presentation, right? But my energy. And I own that. So it's startling sometimes to some people when they're just like, oh, I didn't expect. It's like I didn't expect, it's either one of the two ways. I didn't expect you to be so soft or so nice, so kind. Or damn, I ain't realized that you the type that'll stand on business. I thought you was quiet. It just really depends on where I'm at and who's looking at me. But I made that a little too much about me. But it's true. We have to get away from what we sell to people under a certain type of image, because you don't need a man to have a soft life. The goal should be to have a soft life and get a man that can help you maintain it. Not only help you maintain it, but kind of elevate it too, right? Maintain it at base level, but elevate it, yes, right? If you can't provide yourself, and I've been saying this for going on a year now, if you as a woman cannot provide yourself with a soft life, it's unfair to think that a man can. Said it, and I'm gonna say it again. If you as a woman think that you who cannot provide yourself with a soft life, if you think that that's the responsibility of a man to do, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Good luck to you, right? Some women get lucky. I personally don't believe that. I think that's very unfair. And a lot of women will call me a pick me. Oh, you're trying to appeal to the men. Every time a woman says something on a, who that agrees with a man in some kind of way, you women just jump to this pick me, pick me. No, not this one. You go look at the rest of my content. That's all I got to tell y'all when y'all say that. But seriously, I feel like whatever man comes into my life is supposed to enhance what's already there. That is why I am peaceful, right? So, but also whatever you bring me is going to determine how I deal with him. I'm I'm always naturally soft when it comes to really anybody I love. I want to be soft with them. I want to be open and honest and available, vulnerable. But when it comes to somebody who I'm eventually going to let allow inside my body, absolutely, I'm going to be soft with you initially. But after a while, whatever you bring me, player, you either gonna be thug for a fucking life or soft life. Which one you pick? Okay. So again, women, black women, provide yourself with a soft life first. So let's talk about relationships when it comes to what is the problem with black women when it comes to relationships. So it's kind of going to mirror a little bit what I said earlier. But this is, I think, a lot of women in general. First of all, one thing about women in general, I find this more in white women, I must say, but it is a general thing where women like to trauma dump all the time. It's like, let me tell you how bad my life is so you can feel sorry for me, or I don't know what it is. It's just I've been seeing this little trend when it comes to the women that I meet, especially the white women, where they so quick to tell their trauma. And I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. I'm not here to say it's a good or bad thing. It's just interesting to see it. And I wonder, do they do this with men? Because if they do, I can understand why men are turned off. Pick me, pick me. Oh, she's a pick me. I can hear it all in your brain. Girl, I just know men. It's not pick me. I just know men. I don't have no men, but I know men. I can have one if I wanted to, but I'm too me. I'm too me. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these men, the masculinity has to come out when I feel like they not being masculine enough. So that's always been a problem. So for me, I can't be pick me because I'm not doing enough to appeal to men. So, but y'all have to know what men like, and they do not like a trauma dumping woman. Oh, now they like to trauma dump themselves. I don't, it's some men and that's a red flag. I'm here to tell y'all it is. You might not think that, but it is. Don't let these men trauma dump on you because all of a sudden your little heart, oh, he's having such a bad life. I want to love him. I want to show him that people can love him. Y'all want to come in there and play savior? That's the biggest problem of black women in relationships. Girl, fuck that. Go to therapy. That's my mindset. I'm stiff. Very, very stiff. Very, ooh, your mama did what? Now, again, there are levels. There's levels, and you have to be able to discern when there's a man who is just telling you his life story because he wants you to know who he is, or who's telling you his story or embellishing, because you can always tell that too, in order to gain sympathy from you out of finesse, right? Manipulation. Understand? Learn when to discern the difference. So it's good too to ask these questions so that at least if you ask him and he provides the answer, it doesn't seem as though he's just providing you the information out of nowhere. You got to learn how to have these conversations and have these certain questions in the tuck when you're talking to these men. And that's how again you can even discern based on when you say it in a question form, you can still see what it is. But at least in a question form, it gives them a way out, so to speak, and you a way in. All right. So I gotta talk about this too with black women. Black women are very homophobic. Y'all are the most homophobic group of people. I've ever met. Y'all are also the most loving when it comes to the LGBT community. We are. I feel like black women teeter both ends of the spectrum where we're the most hateful, we're the most loving. I gotta talk about the hateful group. I have to. And I gotta talk about it in a way that a lot of y'all probably ain't heard before. And if you did hear it, you probably heard it from me in a prior video. A lot of you black women, let me scoot up because I realize how far back I am. A lot of you black women have a problem with fem type people in the community, i.e., you have a huge problem with gay black men, the bottoms, the ones who are feminine presenting, and you have a big problem with the I mean, not gay, I'm sorry, the black trans women. You can deny it. And if you deny this, then I know that you're probably one of them who have that issue. I am one who don't have that issue again. I think I'm on the spectrum of the most loving. I literally live for the community. I live for, I am so heavily inspired by a lot of queer people. It's fucking ridiculous. And it doesn't make, and I mean, it makes a lot of sense why I am a little queer, even though I haven't been with a woman in over a decade, just to tell my tea, but it doesn't matter. I know that I am not only an ally, but an advocate for all black people, no matter where you fall on the spectrum, handicap, gay, Christian, non-Christian, atheist, Muslim. I'm for your ass as long as you know where the upward trajectory of our community, what that needs, what that entails. And what that entails right now is black women need to understand that most of the time, the queer people, the other black people are our biggest allies because, especially those who date men, because they understand how terrible men are, black women. I have always felt very much so loved by the queer community, especially gay black men. I've never had the pleasure of really like hanging out with black trans girls on the regular. Not even really in passing. Like I just maybe I might have like an interaction outside, in the club or some shit like that. But I've never had like a black trans woman friend. So I don't know that kind of connection, but I do know the black gay man connection with black women. And I love y'all a lot. I've always, ooh, now me getting a little emotional. I always feel protected by you guys. Now, y'all some banter motherfuckers. Y'all like to read motherfuckers, and I like that because I get to sharpen my own tongue when I talk to y'all because I like banter. I love banter, actually. I like a little mini roast session between me and my close friends. I love that shit. I grew up in Atlanta. So I'm not the type to think negatively about gay people or trans people. I think that they are valid in their existence. Most of them are very talented, very intelligent, very pioneers. Like that's what they do. And the straights and the black women, especially when it comes to the straight black women, it's like you expect for straight black men to be whatever they are. They weird to everybody, even themselves. But when it comes to straight black women, I need for y'all to understand who black queer community protects most outside of themselves. It's black women. So hold on to that and stop being so mean to them for existing. And low key, I think a lot of y'all who are so upset with their existence, you have a problem with your own inner femininity. You don't understand how a male born person can have more feminine energy than you do, can attract men the way that they do. And maybe you struggle. I don't know. Some of y'all women really don't tap into their feminine energy whatsoever. And I get it, like I don't like when people say, "Oh, black women are so masculine." I don't like that stereotype. Even though, again, like I said, I don't mind being called masculine. I don't really like that stereotype because I don't really believe that we are more masculine than anybody. We just stand on business more than anybody, right? I believe, though, that there are some women. It don't even matter the race when it comes to this, because there's some white women who act like this too, who just don't know how to tap into that inner femininity. They don't know how to get what they want out of men. And they think that getting what they want out of men means maybe sexually and financially. If you can't get a man's heart, not commitment, because a lot of men, I'm gonna tell y'all that, because you can get commitment too, but commitment is different than you actually being able to get a man heart. Because some men they give you a heart and they can never commit to you. But it's other women they'll never commit to, but you, they'll tell you everything about themselves, and no other woman knows it. Some women just know how to get men to be vulnerable with them. That's the key. Getting a man to be vulnerable with you is the key to getting a commitment if that's what you want, right? It's just the first step. There's a lot of more steps, and every man can't go through the steps to understand that. But a lot of y'all don't even know how to get men to be vulnerable with you. And that's because you don't know how to tap into your own femininity. Yeah, you can get him to fuck. They be men fuck pillows, girl. And other weird inanimate and animate animals and all of that weird shit. They do these things, right? So it's not a flex. And then some women be like, well, you can get men to give you some money. I can get men to give me some money. I was doing that for a long time. Still not. You could okay, good. You're a good finesser. You still gotta get something. You still giving something out the deal. So it's not really like, but again, getting the man to be vulnerable with you, priceless. And a lot of women again don't know how to do that. So, just to recap, problem with black women, we're talking about, and I'm gonna add one more. I just want to go back and talk about what we're talking about: the soft life, the fake soft life girlies, or the soft life girlies who try to make you feel like you can only have a soft life if it's provided by a man, and likely that man will not be black. Watch out for them. Okay. Relationships and how black women want to play savior when it comes to these men and how to not trauma dump on them. You got to learn how to keep your trauma inside. Learn, the more you learn about him, the better. Yes, share some parts of your life with them, of course. Not telling you to be tight lipped, but share typically only what he asks, right? And only some of the things that you know you feel like they're important to share that can be conducive to growing the relationship if that's what you want. But a lot of y'all trauma dump, okay? Um, the problem y'all have with gay people, femme type gay people, and your own issues with femininity, things that have to be worked through, right? That's all I can say about that. So just for the recap. So moving on, last thing I'm going to talk about is the problem with black women and the relationships that black women have with other black women. We know we live in a society that is male preferred. It's a man's world. It's patriarchal. Everybody's living for male approval. And when I say everybody, of course, I'm saying that loosely. I'm not talking about every single soul, because I damn surely am not. Even though at one point I was. At least I can admit that. I think everybody at least goes through that phase. But women, black women are very hard on other black women. And I'm gonna share a couple of statistics that's very surprising and also kind of not surprising that black women, not even black women, women in general are very hard on other women. So much so that if you do like a poll and a woman comes out and says she was assaulted, R-worded or something, I'm gonna go R-worded, but it was by, maybe it was just by somebody who was a friend. There will be more women who don't believe her than there will be men likely. I don't know what it is. But a lot of women, I think, even when they're victims themselves, because of the victim blaming society that we live in, it's easier for them to even blame themselves for whatever happened to them. So if they blame themselves, of course they're gonna blame other women. And I think that's the mindset that a lot of women have. Why? That they tend to be so much harder on female who are victims, even even when women are them victims themselves. And it's the way we raise our daughters. It's the way we have this preferential treatment with our sons. It's the way we are so quick to cut our friends off when there's a misunderstanding, but we will keep our man around even though he's dogging us. It is so many different things with black women when it comes to our relationship with other black women that we have to just take accountability for, right? And a lot of times these men, they know it and they use that. They use that against us. It's so much easier for you to want to go fight the other woman, excuse me, than it is for you to really put your foot down and have boundaries with this nigga who really is dogging you and embarrassing you. We are very quick, right? And I have to check myself like, am I that type of person? I'm just like, no, not really. If I cut off any of my friends or close female friends for any reason, it is just disrespect. And I cut off disrespect for everybody, anybody. I stopped talking to my favorite aunt for a while because I felt disrespected by her. When Kendrick Lamar said I cut my granny off if she don't see it how I see it, he was speaking about me. Cause that is Jasmine. That's Jay, but that's really Jasmine. I don't play that. I don't play that with anybody. I don't play that with a single soul. I feel like everybody really in some kind of way is replaceable. Yes, I might miss that person, but it's somebody who would come in and make me think less about you. Yeah, I'm replaceable too. I don't think I'm not that top shit. Please, if you feel like you can remember and if you feel like you can replace me and I need to be replaced, do it. Do it. Rid me of your life. No harm, no foul. Just don't talk bad about me. That's all I ask. So there's this vitriol, that black women have amongst each other. And again, like I said, when it came to earlier with the gay community, black women are the most hateful and also the most loving. I love black women. The black women who are in my life, who's been a part of my upbringing, are amazing. Never done anything wrong to me. Not nothing significant anyway. And I have nothing bad, no trauma to really talk about when it comes to black women like that. You know what I'm saying? Now I've been had some bitches betray me a couple of times, and I've had the normal stuff because that's just what the fuck happens. But I'm not traumatized by black women whatsoever. I'm not, and I know some black women who are, starting with their mama, right? Even though my mama was not the best mama, still, I'm not like she didn't abuse me. Let's put it like that. Not emotionally. I felt a little abandoned by her, but I talked about that already. But she didn't abuse me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have like that kind of trauma that some women have when it comes to their relations with black women. So I'm not here to invalidate anybody's experience. If anything, I'm here to validate that and it goes to the point of the way that we treat each other over the way that we treat men is disgusting. I say this all the time. I would prefer you to all them little tricks and shit you be trying to do on women to be finessing and manipulating your friends and or whatever other women. Do that shit with the men. Like, I'll never forget, it was this lady, she was outside of Zaxby's and she had this man with her and wanted somebody to pay for her food. Let me tell you something. We didn't even know that the man was with her until after she got her food. And I'm like, see, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. You want to finesse me and he can't even provide for you. Where, make it make sense. The preferential treatment must stop when you know that as a black woman, most of your support is likely gonna come from another black woman. So you need to prioritize your relationships with other black women instead of these men. And people now, am I still a pick me? Ooh. But people will hear me say that, and then the real pick me's will be like, I don't no, my man. This whole mindset of my man's supposed to be the best. He is supposed to be God, and then my husband, and then my children, and then me. Okay, girl, put yourself last before everybody. And y'all wondering why your grandmothers who had that same mindset died miserable and started at the end of their life telling you how much they hated some of the things that they endured, some of the choices that they made. They had no choice though, right? Really, but still, but they had a little choice. We got much more choices. That's why they emphasize to us, don't do what they did. Choose a good man at the very least. Keep you a job. Get your own money. So I don't even know where y'all get this mindset of your husband's supposed to come before you. Your children supposed to come. Where did y'all get this mindset from? And then y'all be like, well, it's not the Bible because now I've been looking, I've been trying to find it. I don't see it. Somebody point me, tell me where exactly it says that. Or is that what y'all inferring to? Because I can't interpret it that way. Right? Of course, it's telling you how to value, of course, your parents, your husbands, your children, value them. But the Bible also tells you to value yourself. Kind of even more so. So I don't be knowing. Y'all be just making stuff up at it burnt. Anywho, I think I'm gonna end on this note. I told y'all I'm tired. I'm gonna repeat it probably about 3, 4 times how tired I am. Tomorrow I'm gonna really do some things. I'm gonna get back to work. I'm gonna get back to it. October to December is about to be wild. I'm about to be working every day of the week. I'm gonna have to find time to do my content creation, but this is also again this grind time for me. I hope I'm prayerful that by the end of this year, my book will be completed. My book is already pretty much done. I would say it's like 98% done. Um, Maybe even teetering on 99. It's just, of course, the editing to that process and deciding how I'm going to distribute it. If I want to just keep it in-house and you guys just buy from my website, which is likely what I'm going to end up doing. That feels like it's the most, I feel like that's the best thing. Where I'm telling y'all my plans because I don't, can't nobody break my shit. I'm going to have just a select amount of hard copies, and the rest of them are going to be PDFs. Yeah, I know. The unfortunate part about it being a PDF, and I'm gonna be honest, is you won't save your spot unless you download it on one of these. Like I think you'll be able to download it to if you have an Apple phone, an iPhone, they have the bookstore, and on the bookstore, you have your own library of all the things that you downloaded that were like a PDF. And it actually, let me show you what it looks like. The app, it's the book, the one with the book open right here with my index fingers by. Um, with that, you can save your spot. So I don't know what Android got. Sorry. I haven't had an Android in probably about 8 years. So I don't know. I don't know what they got, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm very excited. It's coming out in February, so you got time. Okay, 6 months, less than 6 months at this point. But I got so much coming up, y'all. And I'm excited and yet overwhelmed and also anxious. But they're not bad emotions. It's just getting my mind right, getting ready and preparing for all the things that are coming. Anywho, if you got this far, I love you and you're amazing. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, do all the things. Goodbye.